Let us begin our cool practice. So even though it's summer and it's been hot out, it's still nice to move each day. Yeah, and so today we'll do our asana practice and we'll move and shake. And we're gonna just begin with, so today we're gonna pay a little bit of attention to our back and our spine and our posture, right? And cool our body down. So we have, let's just begin by closing our eyes. Let's flip your palms up on your lap and arrive on your chair in your space. And just grab a sense of gratitude and just let it drop into your heart that you are able to be here this morning, that you have health and you have wealth, and it affords you to come to yoga practice today. And let's take a nice breath in through the nose and just let it go. Again, breathe in and let it go. And sometimes we carry the weight of the world. Yes, we were just talking about all the negative that we're surrounded by on a regular basis, no matter what, no matter where we are. So we're going to bring our hands. So keep your eyes closed and just float your hands up and bring them to the back of your neck. Yeah. So just allow your hands to rest on the back of your neck. You can float your eyes open if you want to see what we're doing here. And then just let your elbows relax down. So right behind your neck here are 2 points in a art called Jinshin. It's a Japanese healing energy, healing practice. And so the 2 points right behind your neck here are an area to help us to relax, right? And just to lessen the load of what's going on in our minds and our body. So just gently holding our hands there. And then just breathing, taking some nice long breaths. And each time you exhale, just imagine the load that you carry in the body and the mind. Just calming down, becoming relaxed, at ease. And sometimes we're not even aware that we're carrying this load. And so just breathe it out. And on your next exhale breath, just release your hands back down onto your lap with the palms up. Good. And then when you're ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open. Good. All right, so I'm going to share with you, since it's been really hot. So many of you probably have swamp coolers, especially if you're in the desert like we are in Denver. And so basically the concept of a swamp cooler is just blowing air over water, over something wet, like a wet pad or a wet sponge. So we have a built-in swamp cooler in our body. Many of you may know this breath, but it's called Satali breath, and it's cooling breath, right? So 2 ways to do it. Either if you can roll your tongue like that, then we're just going to breathe in through that rolled tongue, close our mouth and breathe out. If you're one that cannot roll the tongue, I'm always interested as to why some people can and can't. But anyway, it's because we're all different. Anyway, what you'll do then is just open your mouth slightly, keep your tongue on the bottom of your mouth, and just let the breath ride alongside the top of the tongue. And then same thing, close the mouth and breathe out. So we'll just do a few of those. And what that can do is it can cool down your body. Yes, cool down your breath. So if you're driving in your car and just get in and it's about 110 degrees in your car, you can just practice this breath a little bit, or if you're outside or even in your home, if you're feeling overheated, it's a nice breath to do. All right, so rolling the tongue and breathing in much as you can, Then just gently close the mouth and breathe out through the nose. And again, roll the tongue or just open the mouth and let the air ride alongside the tongue as you breathe in nice and deep. And then as you exhale, close your mouth and breathe out. And as you close your mouth, that re-wets the tongue. Good. Let's just do a couple more at your own pace, rolling your tongue. Breathe in, pause, close the lips, exhale, relax and release the breath. And then inhale. Again, if you can't roll the tongue, just opening the lips. Feel the breath right alongside the wet tongue. And exhale. You can close your eyes and do a couple rounds of this breath. And this breath also slows the breath down, slows the body down, engages the parasympathetic nervous system to relax. Nice. All right. And when you've had the next exhale breath, relax the breath. Notice if you feel just a tiny bit cooler, maybe you do. Yeah. And then flutter the eyes open. So the beauty of, all these things in yoga, there's usually 1 or 2 or 3 benefits or more of everything that we do. And this one, this cooling breath, again, it helps us to cool down, helps us to slow down. That alone helps us to cool down, deepens the breath, right? And yeah, relaxes that parasympathetic nervous system. It also gets the nitric oxide in the body going. So many things, yeah. All right, so let's bring the palms down on the lap now. Good. And again, we're going to bring our hands, our fingers to that back. That's called the SEL11. It's that energy point right behind your neck here. And a lot of times you see people when they're frustrated or they're feeling fatigued, you'll just naturally do this. Just hold the back of your neck and then they'll help you to relax. Yeah. Good. All right. And then we're going to take our elbows and move them up. And then we're going to slowly move our elbows out and bring our fingertips onto our shoulders. Good. And let's take a nice breath in. And as we exhale, relax the elbows down. We're going to circle. And then inhale, reach the elbows up and out and back a little bit and down. Yeah. Just continue at your own pace. Notice how your neck feels, how your shoulders feel, how your back feels. Yeah. Just moving the shoulder girdle around the shoulder joint. At some point, pause and then reverse and go the opposite direction. Yeah. Good. It's nice and slow, taking it slow. We've learned to move and do, and in this society, we're constantly busy. We're constantly having our lists and our to-dos and moving and mind busy with a million things. Taking some time here to slow it down. Yeah, next time the elbows come down, go ahead and pause and relax the hands down onto your lap. Find a gentle, tall spine. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, slowly look over to the right. See today if maybe your neck's feeling a little looser. Sometimes with the warm weather, we do get a little bit looser. And breathe. Yeah. As you breathe in, your belly puffs up. As you breathe out, the belly draws back and you look a little further over the shoulder. Smile on the face. And on an inhale breath, slowly bring the head back forward. Good. Relax the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, turn and look over to the other side. Yeah. Relax the shoulders. Turn. And find that belly breath, that gentle belly breath. Belly rising and falling as you breathe. And as you exhale, slowly come back forward with the head. Good. Relax your arms down alongside your body. Press into your feet and reach your shoulders up towards your earlobes and then in towards your neck. Ooh, just got a little adjustment on the left side. Yeah. And then exhale, relax those shoulders down. It's such an easy thing to do, you know, and until you come to class and make your time here, you forget about how good this feels. Press down into your feet, reach your shoulders up, stretch your spine nice and long. Exhale. This will be your pose for the week, right? For the weekend. Every now and then when you think about it and you're sitting down, just do this. It helps us to elongate the spine, get correct posture so our breath is deeper. Relax. Good. And roll out the shoulders now. Yeah. You can use your arms, bring your arms into it a little bit. And roll the shoulders forward. Good. Yeah. All right. And relax. Good. We're going to scoot forward in our chairs a little bit. Again, stretching the spine, also strengthening the back. So we're going to take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, let's just slide our hands forward for a little cat. Drop your head and just gently stretch the middle of your spine and low back to the back of your chair. Good. And then press into your feet and slowly lift the heart. The hands just slide up naturally to the top of your thighs. And exhale, again, a little rounding of the back. Drop your head, stretch the back of your neck. Good. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Good. All right, let's take a nice breath in and keeping the spine long, the head right above the spine. As you exhale, hinge forward at your hips as if you're pushing your belly forward and just come forward as far as you can. So you're laying your belly onto your upper thighs. And let's bring our elbows onto our thighs with our palms forward. Good. Let's stretch our fingers wide and then relax them. And stretch your fingers wide, your thumb as well, and relax. And bring your hands down and up and down and up and now forward. Good. Now take a nice breath in here. And as you exhale, see if you can drop your belly a little further. You can look down between your hands. Good. And now we're going to press down into our elbows and slide your elbows to the back towards your hip bones. Yeah. So you feel that little pressing down into your thighs. Good. And then stretch the top of your head forward as you're sliding your elbows back. Imagine your spine just getting nice and long. Good. And then on an inhale breath, start to lift your heart a little bit, maybe lift your gaze a little bit, coming into this beautiful cobra back bend. This is also done on the floor, forearms on the floor if you're laying on your belly. Yeah. And you want to glide those elbows back as you lift the heart and breathe. Giving the front of your spine beautiful stretch. Good. Also really nice strengthening for the back. And then exhale now, just soften everything. Bring your gaze back down. Slide one hand back onto your thigh and the other hand. Press into your thighs and slowly bring the body back up. Good. So many things can be done on the chair that are done in regular asanas on the floor or on your mat. One of which is chair pose. Yeah, so we are in a chair, but we're going to do our chair pose. So again, you're scooted forward a little bit. We're going to bring our arms forward and up, just sort of on an angle. Yeah, good. We're going to take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, again, hinge at your hips, bring your belly forward. Good. As you're reaching your fingers up to on an angle, maybe up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Good. And then just gently lift your heart and maybe look up slightly and breathe. It's also a really nice pose to strengthen those back muscles. Yeah, when we keep our back muscles strengthened, then we tend to have injury less, yeah, or strain. Yeah, so each time you exhale, maybe you reach up a little bit more, look up a little bit more, like you want to touch that crease between the ceiling and the wall. Good. And breathe. Press down into your toes. See how that alleviates some of the tension if you have some tension in your back. Good. 2 more breaths here. Smile on the face. This also gets the heart rate going. Yes. On an inhale breath, slowly start to bring the body back up, arms back up. Good. Gaze back to forward. Turn your palms out and exhale your arms down. Relax the shoulders. Good. Roll out the shoulders. Shake out the arms. Bring your hands onto your lap. Close your eyes. And just see how that little leaning forward in a chair. So that's something we can do probably for our entire life. No matter what's going on with our body. Yeah. We can sit in a chair and we can lean forward. Yeah. So all these keep us the muscles nice and supportive for us. Yeah. Good. Heart rate, you're feeling the heart rate a little bit. Yeah. So blinking the eyes back open. I just wanted you to get that sense of just leaning forward, reaching the arms up, lifting the heart, you know, what we just did, how it gets your heart rate going, right? So it gets the blood flow going. It strengthens the back. Yeah, all those. So it's a miracle, this practice, I think. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna take our, come a little bit further forward in the chair now. So as far forward as is comfortable. Remove the flesh from underneath your sit bones. Sometimes that helps you to feel more stable on the front of your chair. Good. All right. And so we're going to inhale and we're going to bring our arms forward and up. Good. And we're going to bring our palms together above our head. And we're going to look up between our arms. Yeah. And I want you to squeeze your glute muscles together, like engage your glutes that you're sitting on. Yes. Good. And breathe here. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Yeah. Engage your belly button back. Also strengthening our back as you breathe. And then exhale, relax everything. Bring your gaze back forward. Separate your hands a little bit. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. With our nice tall spine, take a breath in and just reach those right fingertips up. Let that left hand stretch your right fingertips up a little bit more. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, just gently lean over to the left. If this is uncomfortable for you, then have your hands in cactus pose here. But you don't want your arm in front of you. That's not the right way to get that spine stretch. You want that arm in line with your ear, whether it's up here or here. Yeah. Good. And then on an inhale breath, press into your feet and slowly come back up. Bring both fingers up towards the sky again, and now grab onto the left wrist with the right hand. On an inhale breath, first stretch long before you go over. Stretch up. Try to touch the ceiling with those left fingertips. Let that right hand help stretch that arm long. Exhale, relax a bit, and tuck your belly in and just tip over to the right. So you want to just get that nice long stretch. Doesn't matter how far over you go. Typically, if we try to go even farther, we start to come out of the proper alignment. Yeah. But just nice and gentle and easy, which yoga should always be. There's nothing about yoga that's about no pain, no gain. Good. And then inhale, slowly come back up and separate the hands. And exhale, just come into cactus pose. Through cactus pose, relax the shoulders as the arms come further down. Yeah, good. And roll it out. Good. And roll it forward. Good. All right. So we're going to come into, we're going to start again with hamstrings. So we did that also on Tuesday if you were in class, but we're going to extend that right heel forward. Good. All right. And we're going to bring our hands onto this bent leg here on the thigh. Yeah. And you might already be feeling a nice stretch. I am already, and I'm not even leaning forward yet. So my hamstring must be really tight here. So take a breath in and lift the heart. And as you exhale, just a very little bit, see if you can start to, again, push that low belly forward, hinge forward. And wow, I'm tight. What did I do yesterday? And breathe. Yeah. You can relax your gaze down. Breathe into that hamstring. Big breath in. And as you exhale, ooh, big breath out. And just let the body melt forward a little bit. Yeah. Do a couple breaths here. With each exhale, just massaging that hamstring, coming a little bit more forward. This is also stretching nicely the low back. And then on an inhale breath, press down into your right foot. Slowly bring your body back up. Bring your hand behind your knee and help it to rebend. Good. Find a nice tall spine. Good. All right, we're going to take this now right leg and we're going to step it out to the side. Left leg stays forward here. Good. All right, just opening up our inner hips here. We're going to take our hands to the inside of our knees. And we're going to see if we can draw the knees out a little wider. And if that's the case, then maybe you heel toe your feet a little wider as well. So that the 90 degrees in your knee is right above your ankle. Yeah, nice tall spine. Relax the body. Yeah, press down into the pinky toe side of your feet. And feel those hips just opening. Also really helps our low back. Typically when our hips are tight is when the low back is tight and vice versa. Yeah, and so opening the hips helps that low back discomfort. Yeah. And then relax, bring the hands back to the top of your thighs. And now we're gonna just slide into a little lunge here. So you're gonna start to take this left knee, start to drop it down, pivot on your chair so that you're facing towards the right. Yeah, good. And then just dipsy doodle around with the front of your chair to just get yourself nice and comfortable in your lunge. And you can bring your lunge to wherever you want to. The knee can be forward a little bit. It can be straight down towards the floor. That gives a little more stretch here. And leaning forward, you can even ride it back a little bit if you want more of a thigh and that hip flexor stretch. Yeah, but make sure that you're comfortable here. So just find wherever that feels comfortable on your body, but a little bit of a stretch challenge. Good. All right, and take a nice breath in and exhale it out. All right, now we're going to bring our left hand forward here. Good. Now let's just glide the left shoulder forward and back. And forward and back. And just gliding that shoulder. And then taking that left hand and bringing it onto the outside of your right thigh. Good. And then find a nice tall spine. Let that string get pulled up, pulling up that heart. And as you exhale, just start to turn at your waist over to the back of your chair. Good. So just find a delicious twist here. So not where there's pain in your back or pain somewhere else, just where it's nice and feels like a nice twist. Yeah, good. Not too far, not far enough. Yeah. And if you're comfortable here, there's options for your hands. You probably already know that you can grab either side of the back of your chair. You can bring your both hands on the top of your chair. That'll just give you a little bit deeper twist. You can slowly turn and look over that right shoulder and breathe. So find your pose here. If you've gone too far, see how you can modify. Maybe you come back out, bringing that hand onto your thigh and look over the shoulder. You decide and breathe. Let's find that belly breath. Nice massage for the internal organs. Yeah, always a nice thing to detoxify. Keep the spine tall, no rounding of the back. Good. And on your next exhale breath, relax the body, Slowly turn the body back towards the right. Yes, good. And then take this left hand to behind your left thigh. Lean forward. And on an inhale breath, just help to guide slowly that left leg back next to the right. Bring your hand behind you there and scoop both hips onto your chair. Good. Engage your belly here and scoot yourself back to the front of the room. Nice. Good. Love that stretch. Really important as you go into your twist to keep a tall spine. If you have a rounded back going into a twist, that's going to add actually more strain onto the back. So let's do this on the other side. This time that left leg is forward on the heel of your foot. Yes, good. And scoot it forward. Find a comfortable place to be on your chair where you have some space underneath that hamstring. Good. And then lift the heart. Good. And let's notice if there's a difference on either side. This side for me is a lot looser, right? Yeah. Okay. So take a big breath in, and on an exhale, let's bring both hands onto this the right leg. Another breath in. And as you exhale, slide that belly forward. Keep your spine straight as if there's a rod on your spine. Yeah. And you're just tipping forward with that upper body till you find your stretch, your perfect range of motion here for a hamstring stretch. And relax your gaze down towards the floor and breathe. And each time you exhale, see what you can relax. Your shoulders, maybe the body falls a little bit more forward. Yeah. And notice that as you breathe and relax, you get a little bit deeper stretch. Your body allows you to go a little bit more and a little bit more. Good. All right, and then pressing down now on your inhale breath, pressing down into the right foot, slowly bring that nice straight spine back up. Good. All right, and then you can just bring that feet back to parallel. Good. Now we're going to take this left leg out to the side. Get your nice tall spine. Yeah. So many poses you can do and go farther if your back is rounded, but that's not as medicinal, right? As if we have our nice tall spine. So wide legs, bring your hands to the inside of your knees once you've landed there. Good. And see if you can, just draw your knees out a little farther and then toe heel your feet so that you have that 90-degree angle here in the knees, and pressing into your feet, pressing into the outsides of your feet, your pinky toe side, and breathe. Yeah. Just opening up those hips here. One more breath. Good. And relax. And now we're just going to slide into our lunge on this side. So start to drop that right knee as you start to turn over to the left. Good. And find yourself sitting sideways on your chair, right? With that right knee. Yeah, again, it can be forward a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. Slide it back, maybe down, straight down towards the floor. Maybe lean forward and slide it back. But you want to have a nice tall spine once you do that. So if you went back there and you can't lift the upper body straight back up, then back out a little bit. Find that comfort zone for you. Yeah, everybody's front of the chair is different. So yeah, do a little wiggling around till you find that. Good. And then get a nice tall spine. You can hold on to the back of your chair with this left hand and then reach that right arm forward. Good. Engage your glute muscles, right? Both glute muscles. Yeah. And then lean forward. You're tucking your belly in and then glide that shoulder back. Glide the shoulder forward and slide it back. Let that shoulder open. Yeah. And relax. Bring that right hand now onto the outside of the left thigh. Good. And take a nice breath in, keeping the spine tall. So lift the heart, chin parallel to the floor. Good. And as you exhale, start to turn to the back of your chair. You can press into that left thigh with that right hand. to turn towards the back, looking back behind you. Good. And you can stay right here if this is feeling like a nice twist, enough of a twist for you. Yeah. You can bring both hands to the top of the chair, maybe hands on either side of your chair. You decide what feels best on your body. And slowly then, on an exhale breath, turn your gaze and look over that left shoulder now. And breathe. Good. Notice if there's tension in your back. That means you're too far, right? So see if you can modify. Come out a little bit and continue your breath. Find that belly breath. Massage that colon and those intestines. Summer's a good time to get rid of all the toxins that built up over the winter months. And as we exhale, relax, slowly bring the body back forward. Good. Bring your hand to the back of your right thigh, lean forward a little bit, and on an inhale breath, slowly bring that right foot next to the left. Good. Scoot both of your hips back onto your chair. Good. Tuck your belly in and slowly make your way to the front of your chair. Yeah, summertime, such a good time. Naturally detoxifying, right? We sweat more. We eat a lot more vegetables and fruit just because they're available. So this is the time of cleansing this summertime. Yeah, good. We get more active, all of that. Nature is just, it's a rhythm. Yes, it's beautiful. All right, if you feel like you want to stand and do some standing poses, I like to slide my heels back, right? Remember on Tuesday, we talked about, if you weren't in class, not only pressing into your toes when you stand up, but feeling like your thighs want to pull apart, but you're holding them in, right? We want to engage these thighs as we stand up. So leaning forward, push those thighs out to the side, press into your toes and slowly come up. We really want to use those legs to get us to sit and stand. That's going to keep us healthy and stable longer in our life. All right, chair can be pushed forward or to the side. And we made it to standing. Let's wiggle out our feet, wiggle out the body. Notice, take inventory of your body and see what is feeling a little tight, a little tense. Maybe your body's feeling great today. Maybe there's no stiffness. Yeah, good. That's good for you. All right, and let's just step side to side. Let's do a little movement here. Just nice and flowy. Maybe you want to have your toe back behind you. Yeah. And if that's feeling pretty good, maybe you want a little kick back as you go side to side. Yeah, you decide. Just flow, go with the flow of your body today. Yeah. As we go slow and more fluid in our movements, our body starts to trust us, so it allows us to do a little bit more. Good. And then start to come back to our step side to side. Good. And slowly come back to mountain pose. Mountain pose, right? Find your mountain and just check in. Your palms forward, is your tailbone tucked down, belly in slightly, chin back slightly, shoulders up, back and down, and relax. Whole body relax, nice and tall, chin parallel to the floor, looking straight ahead, and feeling like one of our Colorado Rockies, our mountain. Yeah, so sturdy, so strong that nothing can push you over. Yeah, the bodies are, so strong and stable in this pose particularly. Good. All right. And then we're going to come into a little bit deeper side bend here now. So we're going to inhale and reach our right arm out and up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, reach up and over. Good. Palm onto your thigh. Good. Notice your knees. If your knees are locked back, see if you can just gently, a teeny bit, soften your knees. Good. If the belly's tucked in, so that's supporting that low back, and turn your gaze underneath your arm. Yeah, anything we can do to really strengthen that low belly, that area below your navel, will really alleviate your low back pain significantly. Yes, and breathe for 2, and then breathe for 1. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, relax the shoulder as the arm's dropping. We have a tendency to want to hold that arm up with the shoulder, and that creates a lot of strain on the shoulder. We want that shoulder to relax as the arm goes down. Good. Wiggle it out a little bit. And on an inhale breath, let's reach the left arm out and up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And on an exhale breath, reach up and stretch up and over. Soften those knees. Good. Turn and look underneath that left arm to where it's comfortable on your neck, and breathe. Long, slow, deep breaths here. Smile on the face. So much to be grateful for. It's infinite. And inhale, slowly come back up. Gaze forward. Exhale, relax that shoulder as the arm floats down. Good. Release the shoulder. Shake out the body. Shake out any little bits of tension. Good. All right, we're going to come into Prasarita Paschimottanasana. It's a type of a forward fold. We're going to start with a little bit a wider stance here. So wherever it's comfortable for you. Good. This is one of my favorite poses. I don't know why I don't do it more often. It just feels so nice. Let's just slide our hips side to side. Stretch out those inner thighs, press into your toes. Good. And come back to center. Let's slide our arms back. Good. Actually, we're going to start first with hands on our waist and changing my mind. Yeah. So what we're going to basically be doing is falling forward here. The tendency definitely in this pose is to lock your knees back. We want to have that soft little bend in our knees. Not a lot, that's also productive, but just a soft bend. Good. Take a big breath in here, and as you exhale, take your fingertips and start to slide your hip bones back as you start to hinge forward at your hips. Keep those knees soft and come as far as you can with a straight spine. Don't round the back, don't drop the head. Yeah, the head's reaching forward as the heart's reaching towards the floor. Good. All right, take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, come a little bit further. And now if it's comfortable for you, you can drop your head. Good. And if you want to bring your hands onto your thighs, that can feel good. Yes. If you want to bring them onto your shins, that can feel good as well. If you want to look at the floor, that's fine. If you want to drop the crown of your head down, that's fine as well. And breathe. Yeah, so just take this to wherever it's comfortable on your body. If you're feeling too much pressure in your head, lift your head. If you're feeling too much pressure on the back, bring the body up a little bit. Try to find that sweet spot. Good. And breathe. 2. For 1. Good. Hands on. Start to walk your hands now up your legs, just like we do in forward fold. And start to bring that nice straight spine. Try to keep your spine as straight as you can as it comes back up. Good. And relax and release. Good. Great. Let's just do a little heel toe, step, step, step. Yeah, good. And just relax the body, just bounce up and down. Let the body just be nice and loose. Head is not forward, right? It's right above your shoulders. Yeah, nice and loose. So you take this wherever you want. If you want to get crazy, get crazy. Yeah, but just shake it off. Shake off any tension. But this is really a nice, just bouncing is another thing to remember if you want to remember a pose for the weekend. Because this gets your blood flowing. You can feel your glutes start to get engaged, right? It's creating bone density by bouncing up and down on those heels, sending signals to those osteoblasts and osteoclasts to start building a little bit more bone mass. Yeah. And it's just fun. And relax. Okay. Gets your heart rate going, right? Okay, let's come back to a wide stance again. We're going to do that same pose, that same Paschimottanasana in a forward fold, but we're going to do it with our arms behind our back this time. You're going to slide your hands back, interlace your hands behind your hips. So they're just resting with your arms straight behind your hips. Good. And let's just start with stretching the shoulders back, lifting the heart as if you're as if you have that string is being pulled up to the ceiling that's attached to your heart, and you can even look up a little bit. Soft bend in the knees. Good. And let's take a nice big breath here. And as you exhale, again, start to hinge at your hips. Start to draw your heart forward as it comes down towards the floor. Good. And you can come just halfway here. That's fine if that feels good on your body. If you want to go further, that's an option. Just keep those knees soft. Maybe drop the head. Now, if it's available to you, you can lift your arms up off your back and reach the hands up to the sky. And breathe. Yes. Long, slow, deep breaths here. Dumping some energy into your brain, opening up those shoulders. Try to just be open and relaxed and breathe. Another breath in, and as you exhale, just allow the hands to relax onto your back. Press into your toes. Now you're going to take your hands and start to stretch them towards the back of the room. You'll see that your body starts to come up as you reach your hands back and then down towards the floor. Yeah, let those arms help to float the body back up. Yeah, and then lift the head. Good. And relax. And then gently uncross your hands. Good. And then you can either toe heel, step your feet back to hip distance apart and wiggle it out. Shake off the head, blink the eyes. Yeah, wake up in a nice gentle way. Good. Okay. And relax. Good. All right, we're going to come into now standing chair pose. As we were seated, we're going to do the standing chair pose. So again, this is doesn't look like it's very hard to do, but it's really an intense pose. Yeah. And it gets our heart rate going. And it's really great for strengthening our back. So coming into mountain pose, right? Palms forward, shoulders back and down. Good. And let's take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, start to send your hips back. You can bring your hands onto your thighs. So if there are chairs behind you and you're wanting to find the seat of your chair there, right? Tendency is for the toes to float up here. So just gently press the pads of your toes into the floor. And the motion here is reaching your hips back. Good. Then once you've found your chair here, see if you can lift your heart. Good. Just look forward. And if this feels like enough, then stay here and breathe. On an inhale breath, float that one arm forward and the other if it's available to you. And have your arms forward. Good. Now, if you want to take this a little further, you can reach your hands. Keep your hips reaching back as your hands reach forward and up a little bit. Find that chair. Find your breath. And try your best with each exhale breath to just relax into this challenge, right? Know that it's doing some goodness for your body. Feel your back getting so strong. Feel your heart sending blood to those thighs that are holding you up. Glutes are engaged, belly is engaged, smile is engaged. 2 more breaths, you got it. You got this. 2 for 1, and then exhale. Allow the hands to float back onto your thighs. Yes, look down at the floor, press into your toes, and slowly, slowly Start to straighten the knees. And relax. Good. Come into mountain pose. Belly's in, tuck your tailbone down, chin tuck back just slightly. And you can even close your eyes here. And notice the heartbeat. Notice your breath. And allow the body just come back to relaxation. And slowly float the eyes open. Nice, nice, nice. All right. And shake it out just a little bit. Shake, shake, shake. All right, we're just gonna go into downward facing dog before we go back to our chairs. There's so many options. If your chair's in front of you with the back, you can use your hands onto your chair. If you want to use the seat of your chair, we're just going to be ending up going into downward facing dog. You can use a table if you have it handy. Yeah. So if you have a tweaky back, you want your arms and hands up a little higher, right? And if going down to the seat of your chair feels like too much strain, use the back of your chair or your hands. So place your hands somewhere, right? With a nice sturdy place. Yeah, good. Fingers are forward. And then we're just gonna start to walk back. Find your downward facing dog. Go as far back as your body will allow. Feel that nice stretch along your underarms. Yeah, soften those knees. Reach your hips back. Reach your fingers forward. And if available, rest your head between your arms. And find your breath. Big breath, and each time that you exhale, what can you soften? Can you soften your heart closer to the floor? Can you reach your hips back just a little more? And now that our hamstrings are nice and stretched out, maybe you straighten your knees and get a little bit more of a hamstring stretch, reaching those hips back. Reaching the arms forward, the hands forward. In your L-shaped down dog. Allow all the things that you're carrying, just like we did at the beginning. That load that we carry, just lighten the load and relaxing into this pose. And then when you're ready, soften your knees. Bring your gaze up a little bit. And slowly, step by step, make your way back to standing. So step forward, one step at a time. And once you've come to stand, relax your arms down, roll out your shoulders. Good. Find your mountain pose. And on an inhale breath, reach your arms out slowly and up slowly, and lift your gaze and bring your palms together at the top of your head. And glute muscles tighten, tailbone tucks down, and breathe. Beautiful flame, this light that you are on this earth. And then as you exhale, bring your gaze forward, start to float your hands, just let them float down to your heart. Good. Yes. And then release the arms down all the way. Good. And shake off any little tension that you might have. Might feel nice now too. Just bring those palms again and bring them to the back of your neck. And drop your elbows. And close your eyes. And just feel that support, right? You have your own back. And take a few nice slow breaths here. Letting the body and the breath calm down. Back to natural breath. And then when you feel ready, float the eyes open. Slowly release your hands off the back of your neck. And let's make our way to a mindful seat. And we've done some chair poses here. So as you get to the front of your seat, let's do it slowly, right? Slow seat here. Again, sending your hips back, feeling those thighs wanting to move out, right? But not really moving them out, right? But just engage them like they want to come into your hands here. Yeah, pressing to your toes, use those thighs and the seats. Yeah. Nice, good work, everyone. Nice stretching. Good. All right, so we're gonna just come into a little bit of a more of a hip opener here. Let's just take our feet together and just do a little butterfly with our legs. Loosening up, sending that signal to your hips to say, hey, loosen up, chill out. You don't need to hold on to stuff. Again, theme this week was acceptance, right? To not hold on to junk that we literally have no control of. And not judge it either. Just accept that it's there, it's happening. Take any steps that you need to take to alleviate any injustice or things to yourself or others. And then just let it go. Yes, don't hold it. And come back to center. Good. All right, we're gonna take our right leg and cross it over our left. Good. And then if you're there, if that's an option for you, I'm gonna slide the leg up a little bit. Coming into our hip opener just a little bit different way. If this is not comfortable, you can stay here. That outside of the shoe on top of the other helps to open up a little bit more. Yeah, or also. Good. So wherever you are, let's take a nice big breath in, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, press your belly forward. See if you can come into your hip opener. No matter how many times I do this pose, my hips always seem to need it. And then look down. So not rounding the spine. Get that rod in your spine. Have the spine nice and straight. That helps with opening up that hip a little bit more. And breathe. And feel free to relax with each exhale breath. Close the eyes if you'd like. See where you're holding your tension. Yes. And see if you can breathe into that tension and then let go and breathe out. See how relaxed we are. Our body starts to cool down. Our mind starts to cool down. Yes. We alleviate that fire. Fire related to anger, fear, and frustration. Let it go. Don't carry it. On your next inhale breath, press down into the standing foot, float the body back up, and let's just go to the other side. So clasping behind this right knee, the left knee now, lift it up, and let's just cross it over. You can even stay right here if you're feeling enough of a stretch. If not, you can slide that leg up a little bit. Find your left hip. Say hello. Again, you can be crossed at your ankles or a foot on top of the other. Inhale, lift the heart. Yeah, so if you're up here and you can't lift your heart up, then you want to modify here. Yeah. Good. A nice big breath in, and again, press your belly button forward. Keep looking up. Hinge forward. Have that rod in your spine. No rounding of the back. Yes, just the chest is coming forward. And then relax your gaze down. You can close your eyes. Find your left hip and breathe. Breathe into any of the tight spots in your left hip, in your jaw, in your shoulders. And with each exhale breath, allow them to soften. Relax. Each exhale breath, see if you can sink the body a little further forward. On your next inhale breath, press into your right foot. Slowly bring the body back up. And then allow that leg up off or uncross your legs if you were crossed at your ankles. And find your seat. Good. All right, let's get ready for Shavasana. Feel free to lay down. Scoot your hips all the way to the back of your chair. Bend your feet on the floor. Good. And let's just take our hands and cross them over our chest. There are always also some energy points here right at the front of our chest, below our collarbone. And close your eyes. And just feel that gratitude. Feel that gratitude for bringing yourself here today. Getting quiet is enough. You're ready, floating your hands up off your chest and onto your lap. Palms up on your lap or on the floor if you're laying down. Bring a little smile to your face. Make any final little adjustments in your chair to make sure that you're comfortable and that back is supported and relaxed. Good. Let's take a couple, 2 cooling breaths here. So again, either rolling the tongue or just opening the lips. Take a breath in. Pause. Close the lips. Breathe out. Another breath in. Close the lips. Breathe out. Relax now. Relax the whole body. Eyes closed, body relaxed. Notice your breath. Notice how each exhale breath allows you to relax a little more. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your arms relax. And your hands, fingers, feel your hips heavy, your belly soft, your thighs relaxed, hamstrings, lower legs, feet, toes, whole bodies relaxed. And as the body begins to relax, notice the mind relax. Thoughts just float gently in and out. Let go of any efforts now. Allow any tensions to just simply melt away. No holding. Feel the body cooling down. Feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose now to come back slowly, find your fingers and toes. And let me start to move them, wiggle. Maybe start to sway the body, just ever so lovingly waking yourself back up into this space, but remaining in this relaxed state. Back to stillness, bringing your hands into prayer position, resting your thumbs onto your heart. And take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale the breath, soften the body. You can bow your forehead to your fingertips. We'll close practice today with this. There is nothing to ask, nothing to say. Just be quiet a little and see. Either your questions will disappear or the answers will simply come to you. When you're feeling ready and complete, gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming and taking care of yourself today, having your own back. Stay cool. Namaste.